Hello, we are starting chapter 8, which the big idea in this chapter is you will investigate loans payments, interest payments, and how to compare and costs of taking out a loan. For this lesson, you will need your chapter 8 notes, calculator, and a pencil. Please pause the video if you need to get those. So, we have lots of different vocab in this chapter, but the lesson is to compute the maturity value and interest rate of a single payment loan. So 3 of the words we're going to look at is term, which we also can think of this is, time, right? So when I think of term, I think of time. And I think that that's really important to think about, is the length of the loan. Then we're going to have ordinary interest and exact interest. Now, ordinary interest is calculated by basing the loan's time period on a 360-day, and exact is based the loan's time on a 365-day loan year. So those are the 2 changes, and you have to look in your problem to make sure you're finding ordinary or exact. So the 3 terms that I want you to write down on your notes is single payment loan, a loan you repay with 1 payment after a specified period of time, promissory note, a written promise to pay a certain sum of money on a specific date in the future, kind of like a contract, and the maturity value, the total amount you must repay for the loan. So that is your principal plus your interest. So if you need to, you can pause the video and make sure you get those 3 written down. So this 8.1 is about single payment loans. We're borrowing money for a one-time specified period of time. Sometimes this is for business. They may be short of funds, so they have to meet payroll or pay for inventory or supplies. Okay, so you probably will go to a bank and ask for some. Okay, so this is 8.1 is different from all the other ones that we are only talking about single payment loan. So on your notes, when a term is a specific number of days, the lending agency may calculate interest in one of 2 ways. Ordinary interest is based on a 360-day year, and exact interest is based on a 365-day year. Please fill those in on your notes. Okay, so there are 4 pretty much formulas. Okay, so this is simple interest, and hopefully you were able to do this last trimester and know that it's principal, the money, times the rate, times the time or the term. Okay, now this one is written down for you, but these next 2, ordinary and exact, are not, so you need to write those down. Principal times rate times time is 360. So when you're dividing, like we did with months, years, or we did with months and days in the simple interest, you're dividing by 360 in this one, okay? And you are dividing by 365 in this one. So please write down these 2. And then the maturity value, which we just talked about, is your principal, the money plus the interest you have to pay, the amount you're going to have to pay to borrow the money from someone. So let's look at an example. Anita Sloan's bank granted her a single payment loan of $7,200 for 91 days to pay for new merchandise for her candle shop. Determine the maturity value of a loan if the rate is 6% at ordinary or 6% at exact. So on the next page of your notes is this example with these steps. So first we're going to do one way of the loan, and then we're going to do the next. Okay, so if you're looking for ordinary, principal times rate times time divided by 360. Remember, fractions are just like division. Okay, and then they take the principal plus the interest and they get this. Number 2, the difference is you're going to divide by 365. Okay, so you really need to focus in on if you are doing ordinary or if you're doing exact. And then match those words to what formula you need. Okay, so this one, they did this and they find this. So you can see that it would be better if she took out ordinary interest over exact, because this one is a little bit less. Okay, so on your problems, it's gonna say if it's ordinary or exact, and then you need to do these 2 steps. Find the exact interest owed, and then find the maturity value by adding your money plus your interest. Okay, now you can go on to the practice.